Okay, good morning. Take 2 on this lesson. Today we are working on PO3. I can multiply and divide integers. So you've been multiplying and dividing integers for a few years. So when Mr. Robinson really worked hard on you on those math facts, making sure you remembered what we learned all the way back in 3rd grade, it's to make days like today easier. So we can just focus on working with the positives and negatives that go along with those integers, and we should already know those math facts. Some of us are still learning those math facts. We're still working on them. So we know in our assignment notebook there is a multiplication table that will help you with that. We need to really focus on what it means to multiply and divide with positives and negatives. So if we look at this table, that first box you're going to write positive. That's if you're positive and you're multiplying or dividing by a positive, your product or answer will be a positive. So positive, multiply or divide by a positive will equal a positive. A positive multiply or divided by a negative will equal a negative. Negative times or divided by a positive will equal a negative. A negative times or divided by a negative is a positive. Okay, so what that looks like is, let me get rid of this book. If we have a positive and a positive equals a positive. Positive and a negative equals a negative. Negative with a positive equals a negative. And a negative equals a positive. So if we look at that, our positive answers are the ones that have like signs. If the signs are the same, the answer is positive. So positive, positive equals a positive. Negative, negative equals a positive. So if you're multiplying or dividing the same sign, your answer will always be positive. If they are different signs, if they are unlike, you got a positive mixed with a negative, your answer will always be negative. So you can write down just the signs of the numbers you are multiplying or dividing, then refer to the chart to make sure your answer has the correct sign. Then we have some practice work. What I do is I do the math first, and then I do the symbol. Okay, so this is what that looks like. Let me move this up just a little bit. So if we look at 5 times 6, what is the math of 5 times 6? Emma?
5 times 6 is 30.
Is 30. So then I look, okay, I have a positive and a positive. Positive and a positive. My answer is going to stay positive. Here I have negative 8 times 3. What is 8 times 3? Liam? 24. But I have a negative and a positive, so what's my answer going to be? If I have a negative times a positive, what should that answer be? I see just 2 hands up. Who else knows? What's a negative times a positive? Look up at our chart. A negative times a positive. My answer should be what, Emerald? Negative 24. So you always look up. You check to see, what do I have? Negative times a positive. What is negative times a positive? It's going to be a negative. Okay, so always double check to make sure you're putting the correct symbol. If you're not sure of your multiplication tables, if we look in our assignment notebook, do you guys know what page it is? In the very back, page 124, you've got your multiplication table. So if we had 8 times 3 we can see that the answer is 24. So you can use your multiplication table. We are not using calculators on this, just the multiplication table or the math facts that you know. So you do the math, then you check the chart to see if our answer is going to be positive or negative. Any questions on today's assignment? James?
Can you just leave it there for a second?
Yep.
So we can-
Well, I'm gonna stop the recording first though. Okay, so if you're watching this at home, I hope you are well, and I hope to see you soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.